military indignities of the body are nothing contrasted to the order's beauty. Keep those eyes open, soldiers. Cordial frostbite be damned.
Standing by to stupefy. Reach up!
An element.
Soldier, please assess your pain on a variable scale of 1 to 100.
Do you see these magnificent weapons? They have the greatest destructive potential to protect or destroy things.
Decidedly horrible. Is any cold-blooded death? Don't protect your mouth,
I'll handle this. Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Mitigating the threat, locking them down. I have a fix on their weakness. Ready status. Fortification in progress. Taking the fight out of them.
Check your scope.
I'm alive. Who needs to die? Huh?
Investigating hostile intention.
Unidentified.
Hostilities are afoot. That'd be Spyton. Was once the Order's headquarters on Cloister. Afore all this.
That rift has destroyed the bridge to the arch.
Resorting to violence.
Combatant scan. Vital. Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
This might sting. Alive. They're benumbed. Locking them down.
Ratcheting them, I have a fix on their weaknesses. Mobilizing. temporary vulnerabilities, I've stun weapon ready, Commander.
Looks like we'll need that rift modulator from Praetor that DeVries mentioned to proceed. Commander, glorious dawn up ahead.
Probably best to turn back until I've sorted
Whatever treachery has undermined my status within the ranks.
What? Sorry. Caught me lost in my uppers.
There's something you wanted to converse on? Simply that, as much as I'd welcome the bloodshed,
If we're bound next for Newton,
though I'd also point out that if I can resolve my problems with the Glorious Dawn, then I may be more effective.
Excellent.
proceeding to attack. Back instead. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. At the center.
limit further damage, Commander.
Check your scopes for combatant analysis. But they've been mitigating the threat. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Reviving me is strategically optimal.
Resorting to violence. Fortificator is...
A fix Smoothest on their weaknesses.
Sorry, no target.
Batten scan.
Wrist weapon prime.
Well, we have visitors. At first, we thought they were converts to the Order, newly initiated into the wonders and glory of the plan. And they apparently mistook us for believers of their zealous delusion. They are nonsensically worshippers of the rifts. The literal, actual rifts. Supposedly, through the rifts, we transcend this mortal coil and are united in an ethereal utopia. Instead of...
You bring a cultist into my presence? I hope this isn't a sign you've lost your nerve. Or are you planning on removing...
Well, then it seems today is your lucky day. But Donna, come on, Commander. You never let me talk about viscera.
If you removed Newton's unsightly blemish, I believe you may be trustworthy. I have reason something predicted has... One of the satellites comprising the Hyperion web was struck by a wayward craft and crashed on Paradise Island. I hope your zeal is properly placed. I cannot say how that might be accomplished, unfortunately. Collect the data from the crashed site and return it here.
You are here for a reason. Please
Oh, what's this? Non-protectorate personnel. State your purpose, outsider. Or exit your... Ah, I see you've discovered some of my misappropriated material. A full set of Science Adventures Quarterly was stolen from me and sold to various unknown parties across the island. Since you've already proved a form of manipulatory ideation disguised as popular entertainment. Specifically, an Earth Directorate periodical. It was a popular fiction periodical from not long ago. Whether they faced automechanical industrialists? Ah, quite right. I am pleased you are on the case, as it were. Return again when you have another 4 volumes, and I will trade them for more valuable oddities. Stay true, outsider.
Yeah.
Vitals critical. Don't become a statistic, Commander. Stun weapon ready, Commander.
Sharp enough. Hostiles nearby.
Self-preservation priority. Ready. Torpification in progress. Patience. Still recharging. Ding.
Both eyes open.
dreams. Finally, an edible sedative that tastes good too. Auntie's Choice Antibiotic.
I look forward to the reclamation of the Hyperion web now. Yes! Excellent! Take that, reductionists! Don't tell anyone about that outburst. Yes, you've earned not only my trust, but the Order's as well. I hope you'll continue working with us in the future. I'm sure I don't need to say this, but if you even think about bringing harm to Ruth, I shall know. Be on your very, very best behavior.
The Order has always proclaimed patience as a virtue, but I am pleased my waiting is finally at its endpoint. For so long, you have only existed as numerical values on a chart. A bright star in a constellation of possibilities, as it were. Now with your arrival, the Order nears the totality of its goals, provided you are willing to stay aligned with our cause. As I told you in my message, a splinter group was responsible for recruiting your fellow agent and tasking her to perpetrate that heresy. The conviction of those radicals was such that they elected to perish from exposure to Cloister's wilderness to avoid fouling their predictions. Their interpretation of the data was at odds with mine. I forbade them taking action, to no avail, obviously. I disavowed their actions then, as I do now. Faith is trust without evidence. You deserve far more than that. Now then, I gather you already know who I am, but science has shown that good manners strengthen developing relationships by 5.3%. So, allow me to introduce myself. I am Ruth Bassar, third presiding bishop of the Order of the Ascendant, supreme calculator, and, plan willing, the architect of Arcadia's prosperous future. I admit, when I sent my initial message, I did not exactly know who its recipient would be. Your recent exploits at Greater Tranquility Station have certainly made for compelling reading material. Confronting an assassin, and thereby sparing the delegates' lives before the rift inexplicably destroyed the station? Such a commendable effort is worthy of acknowledgement. Yes, by all reports it was. He is, at that. But let us table the events of Greater Tranquility Station for now. The archive remains at the forefront of my mind, as Rift data. And how did you come by this acquisition, if I may ask? It troubles you, what you had to do to get this data. It must have been a difficult choice. But difficulty is not a metric useful in judging a decision as right or wrong. Walk me through your plan, then. Once the data is processed, what then? And so it may, but perhaps we are putting the solution before the problem. Until the Order has control over the archive again, this discussion is all but moot. Charmingly put. But yes, I do. Any way I interpret the numbers, But before we go further, you should be aware, by aligning yourself with us in this matter, Auntie's choice will almost assuredly see you as a threat to their interests. Are you prepared to accept that consequence? I understand. Such a life-altering choice justifies thorough consideration.
Failed to cite her work completely.
Tramicular, arriving any moment now. Approaching station. Client intake.
Versus the Moon Man is a ballad for our ages. A thing of legend, to be handed down for a modest fee to each successive generation. Spacer's choice swollen-headed mascot represents the worst impulses of old corporations, who unfairly stack the deck against the little person, as they tried to City. But did Auntie Cleo flying down? Just like our sponsored tossball team, the Auntie Cleo's darling refused to take some big work down at the end of the sponsorship series against the Spacer's chosen.
I'm Jean Tyler, 6th base person. medicine for the anti-Cleo's darlings. I believe Spacer's chosen goal at the end of
hey, think you dropped something?
Sunday goal to win the game. Whenever I see that.
Experience the most sought-after inebriate on the undisputed plane. Corrupted on fire. Exclusively here.
Welcome back. We understand you've been a very busy little manty-wasp.
Yes, time is bits. Tell us how it went.
A satisfactory effort, my ameliorator. I had hopes your talents would yield a result.
Well, I suppose I can't argue with the truth of that.
Anything else you'd like to report? Your performance at that facility went exceedingly well, all things considered. And
there you go again, pinning your career to that flim-flam mathematical malarkey. What do a bunch of eggheads know about?
yes, suppose we should move on. Ursula, will you do the honors?
I'm the head of our proprietary insight acquisition. The Protectorate have a process called mental refresh. Auntie wants details on their methodology. Attitude like that will take you far around here. A few aspirational goals, if possible.
Which is to say, we'll make it more worth your while.
See you when it's done.
A recipe of...
Need anything? Lowest...
Between our top divisions.
Oh, hey, think you dropped something?
Zero life forms detected in hangar.
Attention, IRC.
Sounds like an emergency all-in to me.
Enred, exposure.
Craft doesn't sense a target.
Due to an anomalous event, interstitial hall and exhibition tower is off limits for the foreseeable future to any and all non-essential personnel. All requests to view the prototype rift anomaly modulator are hereby suspended for the time being. Please to report further queries and suggestions from a lead researcher's office.
Subjects, listen well. Days ago, our beloved sovereign, in his infinite wisdom, submitted himself to mental refreshment to strengthen his resolve for the good of all. At his command, I, Emery Thoreau, now accept the responsibility of shepherding you through the... For I address you today not as the consul, nor even as your new leader, but I cannot do it alone. Some
Comparative analysis of the consul's speech to that of other dictators suggest a high likelihood that a coup has occurred.
I reckon that's Protectorate for I assassinated the Sovereign and seized control. If true, this consul will be a nasty one to go up against.
With renewed zeal, together, we will finish our great sovereign's work and purge Arcadia of those who seek to harm us.
Aggressive ring.
I know how this looks, but I can assure you I have leave to look into... Oh. You're not secure? Then you must be responsible for all the commotion I heard just now. For both our sakes, I think it best if we continue as we were. I was looking for proof, if you must know. There was an incident recent. Albin Valancourt is the sentinel charged with supervising this facility. I'd grasp a live rod if I could pass its current to him. That must have been so difficult for you. Unless your lamps have oxidized, naturally. Valancourt supplied my name for the report. This facility is not a place where mistakes are tolerated. Coincidence is not causation. Sabotage comes foremost to mind. I should have known you were here for the prototype. But for what ill-begotten scientific curiosity does not exclude an intent to Even though we have expanded our efforts beyond the modulator's I couldn't possibly rely on an outsider to help me. Whatever the cause of the incident, it is help you with acquisition? Sure. What I am offering is help afterward. That modulator will be necessary to unfold the rift and find the prototype rift modulator is currently in interstitial hall at the top of Exhibition Tower. Once you have the prototype, make your way to Valancourt's quarters. He should have a spare key card that will be cautious. The guards of this... Valancourt keeps all of the items he confiscates from the staff in a locked closet.
Not friendly, like...
Who's there?
Let me handle this.
Serve the
You think too much!
How long is the wait? Life support. Prototype rift anomaly modulator located.
Without proper authorization, lockdown initiated.
Quickly, use the modulator to open the rift. It may provide your only avenue for escape.
To the unsubtle thief. It's not every day that someone is fool enough to break into the Interstitial Reconfiguration Center. I'd be obliged if you would regale me with the tale of how you managed to get this far. A crude assessment and utterly untrue.
I am perfectly accommodating to I suspect you did not reach here unaided. So who was it? Which one of... You cannot fault me for trying. Well, there will be time to scrutinize every angle of this breach at a later date. Once I could also reduce you to a state of quivering agony, begging for death. And that would be a lot more enjoyable for me. No matter. I will await you in the hangar.
Danger. Stranger ahead.
You know what Prudence always says.
Don't be reluctant to unfold any rifts you come across using the modulator. They may eject something useful to you.
Closer inspection.
Recalibrating your weapons. Maintaining your best stamina.
Having that device nabbed on his watch, and I guarantee it's sure to be in Valancourt's quarters. What?
Take a gander.
You have an update, I hope. I knew it! I am absolved. I would have liked to have been there when you gave that villain his reward. Have no fear. No evidence of our little collaboration.
Now that you have the Rift modulator, any previously inaccessible rifts could be worth revisiting. Rifts may contain useful equipment and resources. However, due to the chaotic nature of reconstitution, some creative problem solving may be required in reaching them.
Emergency protocol syringes prime.
Time to earn my commission.
Serve the console.
Prudence dictates we repel invasive elements.
Doubted.
Let me handle this.
Hastening to cover.
Our enemies envy our prosperity. Come in, come right in, and be refreshed. Near at our contentment.
Are you ready to realign with the paradigm? To shed all manner of imperfect thoughts? All it takes is some light instruction, a restorative cocktail, and a quick dip into the lathe of particularity to erase your imperfections. I'm head refresher rule, and I guarantee when you exit our doors, you'll be a productive member of our perfect society again. Soon you'll say, goodbye, imperfect thoughts. Hello, contentment.
Be advised, you have inhaled aerosol.
Greetings, subject. Welcome to the well. You're not on my schedule.
I think a few bulbs burned out and this one's upstairs.
Oh, you appear to have. Why, of course. Natural. It is the duty of every Our intake evaluation automech here simply needs to add a baseline under. Simply step over to my.
Greeting. Subject unscheduled. Subject query 1. Incorrect. The accept query 2. Incorrect. Wait. The query 3. Unacceptable. Final. Query. How would you unsatisfactory? The appropriate formulating 200. The acceptable amount for a now. Your realignment with the paradigm begins now.
Prudence dictates we route all disruptive influences.
Never more content, and never more content.
While there are many mental refreshment facilities to be found throughout Arcadia, placid...
You'll feel ever so much
Your
better
realignment
once I
with
could
the
tell you were
paradigm
in need of
begins
mental
now.
refreshment.
Overseen by head refresher Gould. The
Such
top
thing.
supervisor responsible for the mental refreshment process.
This unit reminds you that mental refreshment is not an Earth Directorate approved medical procedure.
Medicament dispenser.
Their team play. Team plays
As
the
concluded
worst
for today,
anyone has ever
please
played.
proceed to the lecture hall to request an exception.
Haven't had an imperfect thought in.
The kitchen pantry is presently off limits. The kitchen pantry is presently off limits due to anomalous structural temper.
Settle down, everyone. Lecture's playing. Prepare to be edified.
For today's topic, we'll touch on why our program is so very important. Ignorant, misguided
Greeting,
outsiders may wonder.
unscheduled walk-in. On a scale of 1 to 10, response, zeal, noted. I am response, medicament dispensement. Has response. Medicaments are stored in farewell statement. May
Anarchy. It is a sad
Commander, you're not sure. The folk here don't seem to trust Auntie's choice. But give it time. They'll see the difference between freedom and complete domination soon enough. No. But I have to listen. There'll be enough time for that.
We should move on, unless you've got something for me. Well, I feel it stings less now, but fine by me.
hand that guides us. Mental refreshment
Reading,
keeps us on
unscheduled
task,
walk-in.
free from doubt, efficient, perfect. And thus we enjoy amity, luxury, and resplendence. The system provides, the system abides.
Multiple inaccuracies, lies, and outright fabrications were contained.
Reading, unscheduled walk-in.
Armed and ready.
Oh, you're new. Must be. You still retain... No. They say my phrenometric peaks are resistant to abrade... Wait, I couldn't leave. Are you in disguise? My commemorative... I had to turn in my personal items when I was at Suppose so. One way out's the safest. That doesn't seem like the sort of... I'll be dithering about.
Greetings, new person. You have a look of query about me. I have answers to questions.
Trouble ahead.
Reading, unscheduled walk-in.
Replenishing my firearm.
Hello! Upstairs, in a club.
Got my lamps on a hot. Health benefits available for
Marisol's she reminds me of the serial hero. I know we should move on.
Hello. Oh, Suppose I'm ready to leave. Well, okay. Okay.
Our system is the best anyone has ever.
Hostiles detected
Commencing
ahead.
target!
Recommended course of action. Violence.
Don't hurt him, please. You're not here to harm him, are you? Yes, it is. Our beneficent, infallible rule. You'll have to forgive him right now. We've been here since it was determined that the Sovereign... Since then, he has been receiving dedicated... Well, after his first session, the Sovereign was notably upset. Absurd nonsense about how the Consul had betrayed him and seized power. That all stopped after his next dip into preposterous. The Consul and all the Vigilant are above reproach. No subject of the Protectorate would ever harm. To even think such a thought is unthinkable. This stately form before you is the direct descendant of the matriarch herself. I will stay true to him and the Protectorate to the end. The Sovereign is receiving the finest possible care. Just... Go. Please, just leave us. Just leave.
Shame that he didn't exactly have all his faculties. When a tyrant's killed, they ought to know why.
This is all... Oh, and guess all outsiders aren't as bad as Prudence makes you out to be.
We should talk, Commander.
Commander, I've been thinking on the fact that so many of my slack-witted brethren, so much so that I've missed the obvious. There is someone who would have tried to contact. Yes, but he's not like most of the fools we've been You know, I really should have seen the flaw in recruiting I knew him from before. Long before. Anyway, if he used that code to embed a message to me within a Dawn missive, that cell you cleared out in Newton might have one of our devices. Hopefully, it will bring me that much closer to whoever.
How are the informant lines treating you? Hear anything good?
Not terribly. My only field-bound compatriot is stationed in Golden Ridge. I'll shoot it.
Like the tracks don't explode no more. Honest.
Ah, before I forget, here. This is for you. Thank you. See,
My friend from Placid Waters. Wonderful. Wonderful. You heading up?
glad there are people out here like.
You want freedom of choice. You...
Trinicular, arriving any moment now. Approaching.
Commercialism is the foundation that Anti's Choice Society is based upon. Not because we worship it, but because of its glorious ethic.
While the Protectorate decide what its subjects...
Live, love, laugh, purchase, and consume
with Anti's Choice.
As your
Trinicular. Arriving any moment now. Approaching station.
Heedlessly assembled and vastly rebettered it through artificial means. At Auntie's choice, we strive to be 100.
Don't let us keep you.
Good luck, my ameliorator. Remember, you can't spell heinous ascetic without Auntie's choice.
Don't let us keep you.
Good luck, my ameliorator. Remember, you can't spell...
What sort of reception do morally gray outside? When they join up with Auntie's choice?
Trinicular. Arriving any moment now. Approaching station. Value added as...
I believe our group's combined efforts are in direct accordance. With the plan.
Have you arrived at a decision about assisting us with the archive? It will be a mutually beneficial arrangement, I can assure you. Let us now discuss the particulars of what will be required to reclaim the Ark. First, we must reclaim Spireton from the enemy. Spireton once served. More importantly, There is a lift located in unlocking and calling that lift can... Fortunately, I am told you already dealt with the cultists there. There is a computronical key that you will also need to locate within the archive called... The Calcaduceus grants special access to the archive. Exemplars will accompany you in any direct assault on Spire. Take this access card. Once inside, it may be possible to divert power from the Protectorates. May you achieve progress in accordance...
I'd refrain from further rule breaking if I were you.
Never would have guessed the Order had all this space available, given what we saw at Matriarch's Mercy. Wonder why they're not moving folks in.
Appreciate
Standing by.
Let me know when you need a distraction. All you need to worry about.
There's the console. Taking cover.
Resupplying weapons.
Wait for gaining effort.
Hello. I do so dearly love residing in a I cannot, but now it seems as if I must also. Hate is an inaccurate phrase. I am here. Unfortunately.
Be the statistical exception to the natural state of entropy in the... in the universe.
The plan is always in motion, much like you.
Cause us no problems now that we've acquired the modulator. Finally! Maybe now I can get to the truth of this kill order nonsense. I just need to check our comms device for a coded message from my old acquaintance, Severin. I knew it! He wants to help me find out who's behind this.
Given how entrenched the Protectorate are here, we ought to consider a strategy. Crossing our fingers don't count. Now the Spiraton's ours. We should look for some way to access the lift controls. Call the cavalry. If neither the Order or Auntie's Choice have managed to breach these use your lamps, Commander. They've got heavy infantry, turrets, automechs, and Law knows what else. Happily.
It's not just a good idea. It's the law. Feeling distracted? Daydreaming on the job? Mental refreshment centers are there to help
Heat off, Commander. Just stay with us.
I'd look.
Looking low on ammo here, Commander. I can help you whip something up.
We must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
Prudence dictates we cherish all we have and defend it.
Enemy spotted.
Disruptive influence.
Sorry, ain't ready yet.
Once over.
We have possession of the lift and are ready to lend assistance executing primary operation. Now!
Ah, our friends from the Order. Guessing their predictions were favorable.
For the equation! Multiple form
So, this is where the math happens. Impressive.
Calcaduceus not detected. Entry kindly, yet firmly declined.
What was in those rations?
Calcaduceus not detected. Entry kindly, yet firmly declined.
Oh, will this gastric nightmare never cease? Just forgive me. I found myself...
Pardon us if we don't shake hands.
So do I need... I am the Archive's current operator. I still have trouble saying that. Certainly. Certainly. If you have cleared our fortifications, I would pass the Calcaduceus up. By all rights, I should fight against you to my death. No. Capitulation, I can stomach. All right. Here, you are now operator of the Archive. Congratulations. Be warned, you may find it a temperamental machine. Some maintenance may be required. Is there a particular cure to this? I feel rather...
Calcaduceus detected. Alternative operator postulated. Concluded. Harmonizing replacement. Greetings, sentient. Welcome to the Archive. I am ENIAC, the Universal Equation Numeric Integration Analytic Calculator. With the aid of my operator, I, a non-sentient inorganism. Effectively, that is correct. My tone and demeanor are a carefully constructed complex emulation. A means to effectively, my express programmatical purpose is to aid humanity's advancement. To optimize profits, i.e. gain over expenditure. To maximize the needs of our society above others. To attract the most consumer.
A little percussive maintenance might not be out of place here.
Beg your pardon. How may I best facilitate your efforts? Perusing contents. Anatomizing diversiform particulars. Concatenating manifold integrants. Cursory assessment complete. An impressive accumulation of rift data. Information with the potential to offer unique commercial opportunities to those who wield it. But why simply huck goods better, when such a bounty could be used to flawlessly regulate societal harmony, oversight, and means of production? What is the aim of your query? The previous operator, Assessor Ostergaard of the Protectorate, pursued a like query 1 year, 6 days to perform similar calculations of larger scale at current suboptimal levels of functionality.
25.7 years, and any job over 2 decades is billed by the hour.
Calculatory processing presently hovers around 49.7% capacity due to internecine conflict, misuse, and a lack of technical prowess. But in order to improve calculatory processing of rift data in a timely manner, repairs must be made. I am afraid that no is a mathematical certitude, despite the Protectorate and Auntie's choice best efforts to prove otherwise. Though must say I admire your drive. Some issues require the conspicuous application of force, such as a fractional reduction in output or descent. I am unlocking access to the Underlands. Cold storage will require servicing before you may retrieve the punch cards needed for processing. Why is that optional? Our continued existence should return later to discuss the remaining subsystem work. And soon, everything will be running like clockwork. Inverting targeting protocols. There, any Protectorate still on the ground level is now being fired upon.
Have a profitable day!